I thought my birthday was supposed to be fun. I thought it was supposed to be about me for once. I was wrong. I spent weeks planning this dinner. Not a cheap, rushed thing. I booked a private room at our favorite restaurant, ordered a custom cake, coordinated decorations, made sure the menu had every dish my friends liked. I even went out of my way to make little gifts for each of them. Not expensive. Just thoughtful. The kind of thing that shows you care. I sent out the invites a month in advance. Texts, DMs, even group chat reminders. Can't wait to celebrate with everyone. Let me know if you can make it. No replies at first, but I chalked it up to busy schedules. The day came. I got dressed in my favorite outfit, a bright red dress that made me feel like the star of the night. Hair done, makeup perfect. I even bought shoes that were painfully high but looked amazing. I thought I looked gorgeous. I felt ready. I felt like the birthday girl I had always wanted to be. I got to the restaurant early. I wanted to make sure everything was perfect. The table was decorated exactly how I envisioned. Balloons, flowers, a little banner that said happy birthday. Nothing over the top, just cheerful and personalized. I smiled as I sat down, imagining their reactions. An hour passed. No one. I tried calling one of my closest friends. Nothing. I texted, asking if they were on their way. Read receipt, nothing. 2 hours later, only 2 people showed up. And it wasn't like they came with an apology or excitement. They strolled in, acting like they were the guests of honor, checking out the decorations as if they'd been invited to someone else's party. Not mine. They barely said happy birthday. One of them snapped a few pictures of the setup and posted them online with the caption, "Look at this over-the-top party." I wanted to cry. Then the rest arrived. And I realized immediately that they had all outdressed me. The girls who were usually casual, designer dresses, perfect hair, heels that I swear were at least 6 inches high, accessories that sparkled, makeup done to perfection, and me? Bright red, bold, simple, feeling like I had shown up thinking I was dazzling, and instead looking like a clown next to them. I tried to laugh it off. "Wow, everyone looks amazing," I said, forcing a smile. They barely looked at me. They were busy taking selfies, whispering in corners, comparing dresses, accessories, Instagram captions, all without acknowledging that it was my birthday dinner. I thought I was exaggerating. Maybe it was just my imagination. But the waiter kept coming over, asking if I wanted to start the dinner. And everyone else? Loudly, repeatedly, asking for champagne, cocktails, snapping pictures with the food before it was even served, all while glancing at me like I was part of the decor. I sat there stomach twisting, pretending I didn't notice, pretending the little voice in my head wasn't screaming. And then came the cake. I had spent hours picking the perfect design. Custom icing. Fresh flowers. My name written in beautiful lettering. I had even made sure the cake flavor was my favorite. Chocolate with salted caramel filling. When it was brought out, they gasped. And not in awe of me, in shock at how extra it was. They leaned back, whispered, rolled their eyes at each other. Seriously? She went this hard? I mean, it's cute, but... They didn't sing, they didn't even clap. I wanted to scream. My own party, and I was invisible. I tried to salvage it. I lit the candles. Make a wish, I said, hoping someone would join in. Some snapped a picture of the candles, but no one even smiled at me. The birthday girl. The person the entire night was supposed to celebrate. I blew out the candles alone. The wax smoke curling around me. A little fire in the center of my chest. And they all immediately moved on, chattering about something else. The dinner started. I tried to start conversation. I tried to get laughs. I tried to remind them of funny memories, inside jokes, moments that were supposed to make us feel connected. Nothing. Instead, I watched them subtly insult me in whispers. "She's really trying too hard tonight, isn't she? Does she always overdo everything? I mean, red is bold, but the shoes..." I laughed along, pretending it didn't sting. But inside, I felt like I was dissolving. Then the unthinkable happened. One of them, someone I had considered a close friend, literally, leaned over the table and said, loud enough for a waiter to hear, "Honestly, I don't even know why she's celebrating. She's kind of embarrassing herself." I froze, spit out a sip of water. The words sank in like stones. I wanted to run. I wanted to yell. I wanted to pull the cake in front of me and hide under it. But I stayed. I smiled. I clapped when others complimented each other. Pretended it didn't hurt. Pretended that being ignored, humiliated, and outdressed at my own birthday dinner was somehow normal. But it didn't stop there. They kept talking. Comparing outfits, talking about who looked better, who had the best dress. Not a single acknowledgement of me. Not a single happy birthday, aside from the initial text message some had sent weeks ago. And then, I swear to myself, one of them snapped a picture of me. Alone at the table. My cake untouched. My decorations perfectly arranged. My red dress glowing under the restaurant lights. They posted it online. Caption: "When you try to be extra but still don't measure up." I wanted to vanish. I left the dinner early. Walked out into the cold night, hands shaking. Phone buzzing with notifications. Messages from people I thought were friends. All commenting on the picture. Laughing at me, comparing me to the others. I was the joke. The punchline. The one who had tried too hard. I walked home alone. Stopped by a street lamp. Stared at my reflection in the glass of a storefront. Hair perfect. Makeup perfect. Outfit perfect, and yet invisible, humiliated, replaced, outshined. I couldn't stop thinking. Every outfit, every accessory, every sparkle they wore that night wasn't just fashion. It was a weapon, a silent way of saying, "You're not the star here. Not now, not ever." And I realized the cruelest thing. They weren't even subtle about it. They didn't hide it. They wanted me to see. They wanted me to feel it. I had spent weeks, months even, thinking this dinner would show them how much I cared, how much I appreciated our friendship, how much they meant to me. Instead, I had given them the perfect stage to humiliate me. And they took it. Every single one of them. That night, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just sat in silence, scrolling through the photos they'd posted, the captions, the comments. Every post a reminder that I was alone in the middle of a crowd, the birthday girl who had been completely erased. I haven't spoken to most of them since. Some tried to apologize months later. I ignored them. Because when a group of people can gang up on someone, laugh at them, outshine them, humiliate them, and post about it online, and then claim it's just a joke, I realized something. There's no coming back from that. No explanation. No tears, no gifts, no red dress. No cake. Nothing can erase the fact that on the night that was supposed to be mine, they chose to erase me instead. And I still wonder sometimes if they even remember that night. Or if they think it was funny, as I do. Funny, ha! I threw a birthday dinner. I invited my friends, and they outshone me, ignored me, humiliated me, and laughed while I sat there pretending everything was fine. Was I naive for trusting them? Or was it cruel of them to treat me like I didn't exist, on my own birthday? The next morning, my phone didn't stop buzzing. Notifications, messages, tags, comments, all from that night. I opened Instagram first. There it was, a carousel of photos from the dinner, each one more humiliating than the last. My red dress looked stunning in the photos, but the captions made it obvious. Trying too hard, she thought this was her night LOL. Birthday girl vibes. Maybe for herself. I felt a panic rising. My chest tight, my hands trembling. I tried to text Lena, my friend, asking her to take the posts down. She didn't reply. I called her, no answer. Then came the messages from other people. Mutual friends, acquaintances, even people I barely knew. Everyone had seen the posts, everyone had commented. Some were sympathetic, but most laughed or teased. Did you see her face? She really thought she was the star. Poor girl. I wanted to throw my phone. I wanted to vanish. I wanted to crawl under my bed and stay there forever. But the real blow came when I got a group text from the people who were at the dinner. Lena started it. "Hey guys, do you think we should talk about what happened last night?" I feel like Sol is overreacting. Overreacting. I stared at the message, frozen. This was gaslighting on steroids. Lena had framed everything as me being dramatic, excessive, and childish, and everyone was nodding along. Nobody was defending me. Everyone had already taken her side. I replied, probably too quickly, too emotionally. Overreacting? You all ignored me, humiliated me, and posted about it online. How is that me overreacting? Seconds later, my phone exploded. Messages flying from all corners. Sol, calm down. It's just a joke. Don't start making this bigger than it is. Maybe you need to grow up. I realized then that trying to fight back was useless. Even when I had proof, screenshots of their posts, texts, and the whole timeline, they had framed the story so that me defending myself looked worse than what they had done. By the evening, I decided to confront them in person. I couldn't let it slide. I wasn't going to sit there while my friends ruined me. I walked into the coffee shop where some of them were hanging out. Lena saw me first. Her eyes sparkled with that smug little glint I hated. The others waved, not with excitement, not happy to see me, but with that awkward, forced politeness people use when they know you're the problem. I started talking, my voice shaking. I told them how hurt I was, how humiliated, how unfair it was that everyone ignored me, dressed to outshine me, posted about it online, and framed me as dramatic. And then it happened. Instead of apologizing, Lena laughed. Just a little, but enough. Enough to slice through my chest. Honestly, I don't even get why you're upset. It was a birthday dinner, and everyone had fun. You were just making it about you. Another friend chimed in. Yeah, Brie. We had fun. Maybe you're too sensitive? You really need to relax. I felt my hands curl into fists. The blood rushed in my ears. Too sensitive. That's what they called me. Not humiliated. Not ignored. Not erased, sensitive. I tried again. But it was my birthday. You all completely ignored me! You posted pictures online making me the joke. Lena rolled her eyes. You're blowing this out of proportion. It's not like anyone meant to hurt you. Her words felt like knives. Every sentence she spoke was designed to make me doubt myself, make me look unstable, make the truth shift from what happened to how I reacted. I left. I stormed out. I didn't say goodbye. I didn't look back. But as I walked home, my phone buzzed again. Another group post? This one had my face plastered across it. Caption, Bree thinking this dinner was about her. Hilarious. I almost threw my phone across the street. Almost. That's when I realized something I hadn't admitted even to myself. This wasn't about fashion, about being ignored, about being outshone. This was about power. Lena wanted control. She wanted to show everyone who was really in charge. And I had given it to her by trusting her. by showing up, by thinking my birthday mattered. The next week, I stopped talking to all of them. I blocked Lena, the girls who posted, the ones who laughed. I even ignored texts from people I had considered closest. I couldn't risk being humiliated again. I couldn't risk another joke at my expense. But here's the messy part. A few weeks later, I got messages from people outside the group. People who had seen the posts, seen the pictures, read the captions, and didn't know me personally. Some were angry on my behalf. Some were curious. Some asked why I hadn't defended myself online. I realized then that the story wasn't over. It had just changed audiences. My humiliation had gone viral in a way. Not on the internet. Exactly, but within our social circle. And now there were witnesses. People who might believe me if I told the truth. And I started planning. I wasn't going to beg for forgiveness. I wasn't going to cry on their shoulders. I was going to expose them. Every edited screenshot. Every whisper, every post. Every cruel joke, and it was all evidence, all of it. And I promised myself when the next gathering came, it wouldn't just be about being ignored. It wouldn't just be about being outshone. It would be about turning the tables. Because this birthday, this humiliation, I wasn't letting it happen again.